Assalamu alaikum to everyone. This is Salman and you're watching the ngntech YouTube channel. In this video you will learn how to install uh, the proper way to. So we are sorting the labs. So first I will create the domain controller, right? So it's very important when you start the organization. So you have one domain controller and you resolve the name for the corporate LAN. So I'm logging my domain controller. Now my domain controller is Windows Server 2012. It's one of the best Windows Server all the time. After release Windows 2008, Windows 2012 R2 is best. Already use Server 2019. A lot of heavy and for the graphical point of view. I'm talking about the graphical point of view. So if you a lot of problems in 2016 and 2019, so I suggest you, if you're starting your organization or something operations, Windows Server 2012 is best thing. Alright, so let's start. Why we install the domain controller, right? So basically domain controller is if you start the organization or something else. So Active Directory is a service developed by the Microsoft, right? And the Windows Domain Network. It includes the most Windows servers operating systems as a set of the process and services entirely. Active Directory was only charge of centralized domain, and Active Directory AD the Microsoft technology used for the managed computers and other devices on a network. The Active Directory also allow to network administrator to create and manage the domain users and objects with a network. So time to create domain controller site. So click on my domain controller is 192.168.1.250. It's my domain controller, and I will check already configure the pub static IP on my network adapter. So here is 192.168.1.250 1.gateway 8 open DNS, right? So click on add and role feature, click next, and here is your system address, and our host name is DC, and here is our Active Directory domain and services, and also I will install the DNS, right? So both are important. Click next. So click. Alright, so click next, and click next, and the restart required automatically, so I will restart manually. So here is the roles we are expected and install. So click install. So it's take some time, so I will stop the video and back when the installation is complete. Restart the system. Alright, so our system is restart now. Alright, so click on now back to server manager, and go to the promote server to the domain controller. Now the time to create the first domain controller, right? So it's take a few minutes. So here is the three options: add domain controller to the existing domain controller, or add the new domain to the existing forest. So we are the new forest, so in start within scratch. So I will have the first domain controller. So let me click on the add new domain controller. So here is the type of the domain controller which you are want to resolve the resolve the name of the different applications in your corporate LAN. So my corporate LAN name is company name is ngntech.com. So if you have already you can also change whatever you have a company name. So my company name is ngntech.com. So click next. So here is the forest functional level, right? It's very important, right? If you have already running the previous Windows like Windows Server 28, 28R2, so the main function level is you can communication with each other if you set the functional level, right? And so in my organization it's a no domain controller Windows Server 2028, so I will same to same. If you're running Windows Server 28 in your organization, so you can set if the function level is 2008. And now here's the Active Directory password. Here is the secret password, and click next. And the DNS also, the allocations. Click next. The verify the net BIOS name. Let's check the BIOS if already the same name in your corporate LAN. Check its pass, verify, and click next. The net BIOS name. So here is the database of the folder of the entity, log files, and volume folder. You can also change it. So I will already OneDrive because there's the for the lab purposes. So I will default it. Next. And here is the review your selections you want to install. And then click next. It's verifying the prerequisite for the domain controller operation. So everything is good. All prerequisite checks pass successfully. Now click install to begin the installations. Now I'm clicked install. Right. So Windows Server 20 has the default Net Framework 4.0. Very strict. Sorry, so I will stop the video and back when the installation is complete. Alright, so our domain controller is installed complete successfully. After complete installation and restart the system and back to boot up, and I'm logging it. Alright, so here is our domain controller, very first domain controller, and we'll check the exact name of which we are create, the dc.ngntech.com. Also you can check the Active Directory, users and computer, and also check the DNS series. So I will ping to task and also ping to taskbar, right? So here is our DNS. Here is our dc.ngntech.com. So I will check the resolve the name for the same machine, right? After in the next videos we will resolve the names. So let's look up 192.168.1.250 is my yeah, let me reserve localism. So I will not create the reserve localism. So now click on the reserve localism, click next. This primary, secondary and subdomains. If you have a subdomains, you can add the reserve localism. So here is our the network ID is 192.168.1 and the ARP address automatically created, and click next and finish. And here is our first domain controller reserve localism. Do it on time. So new PTO record. So here is our DC and okay. Now our domain controller resolves the name and let's look up 250, right? That's correct. Before we start when we start the video, so here is an auto resolve because our reverse localization does not enter. This entry is very important in your organization. And let's look up 192.168.1.250, and here is our domain controllers, right? So perfect. Our first domain controller is configured in our organization. Alright, so our domain controller is configured successfully. Now log in my other machine of the same network, same LAN network. So here's the IP address of the machine in the same corporate LAN is 192.168.1.40, and the gateway and the DNS, right? DNS is the 192.168.1.250, which is our configured before. So let me open the CMD command prompt and I will type the ns lookup. You want to check your domain controller is working in your LAN environment, so just click on type the ns lookup and hit enter, and the type 192.168.2.50, and then you hit show the answer. Is the server is dc.ngntech.com and the address is 192.168.1.250 and the name dc.ngntech.com, right? So I will also ping the ngntech.com, sorry, dc.ngntech.com, and here is our the domain controller is proper reply back on the endpoint client machine. Right, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy, and please like, subscribe my channel, and also share the video. And if you need any information about system, network, and the security, so you can feel free to contact me on Skype, and also you can drop down the email at salman@ngntech.com. Thanks for watching. See you next video.